Good day, podcast community. I'm Pete Kane, Podcast Pete, and we publish, we podcast, we publish, and we build communities. If you're interested in those three things, podcasting creates digital assets, builds relationships. We publish books and magazines, and we build communities through live events, and we do it through leveraging weekly events. So I'm going to go through 10 things that really make our live event, our live KPI event, stands for Key Person of Influence. Give credit to Daniel Priestley because it's his concept or his company, himself. And it's really important to understand the trends that are going on right now. And let me just give it to you real quick, and then we'll get into the 10. We've got the digital revolution. We're moving from the industrial revolution to digital, which means your digital profile online. What Google has about you when you search you is your profile. So if you're not creating digital assets now, people can't know, like, and trust you because the world has changed. It's a global business now. Everybody's got a smartphone. That's the fifth major trend. The second one is the entrepreneurial revolution. You see, we used to work 40 years for a company in the industrial. Now, it's never been easier to be an entrepreneur. Is it easy? No, absolutely not. It shouldn't be, because if it was easy, anybody would do it and there wouldn't be much value there. It's hard. It's really hard. But if you know a strategy, you understand thinking. I say in one of my previous videos, thanks to Tim Ferriss, lazy thinking versus strategic thinking. Lazy thinking is you get up and you start answering emails and you start buying into other people's priorities. That's lazy. We all have laziness in us. We all do. But we have to put the what do you call it? The barriers on our time. We have to strategically set our day up. And when you strategically set your day up, you set yourself up for success. So as an entrepreneur, you got to think strategically. You got to think like my mentor, Seth Godin. This is strategy. He's written 21 books. This is 22nd. I think it's his best by far because it's needed at this moment in time. I think he's written a blog every day for 10 years. I don't know how many, but it's a bunch. That's how the one thing he does. Now, what we use is podcasting mainly because I'm dyslexic. I have ADD. I've always had it. I struggled with grammar. I struggled with words. So that wasn't my form of communicating. It was through the word, the spoken word. So podcasting was like, what do you call it? Meeting your love. It was just a match made in communication heaven. I just made that up. I didn't know. Okay. So the third trend is the crypto revolution. If you don't know about crypto and you don't know about Bitcoin, lean into it. Michael Saylor's a good resource. Check him out. But check out 21 million coins. You can't print more coins. You can print more money, paper money, and people do. That devalues it and increases inflation and gives you less buying power. I don't know if the exact numbers are right, but you put $100 in your mattress, the end of the year you got 83 because 17% went down. You put your money in crypto, it's only going to go this. Is it volatile? Yes. Anytime you go from one trend to another or one industrial revolution to a digital revolution, it's going to be hectic. Now we're going into AI. And so technology is going to move so fast. And if you're not leaning into it and learning how you can apply it to your business, you're going to get left behind. A lot of people think, well, one, you better be leaning on leadership. Leadership is going to separate you because that will be the HI will always be here. Will we automate so much and replace so much, and what the world's going to look like in 5 years? Who knows? It's going to be drastically different than it is today. But if you're sitting on the sidelines of any of these 5 trends, you're going to have a lot of regret because it's going to miss you. It's going to fly by you like you're standing still. And the last trend is mobile. So let's get into the 10 things why the live KPI event that we do once a month, why we do it. So you can understand how to use this in whatever you do. Like Daniel Priestley says, he has his 5 KPIs, key performance indicators, skills: pitch, publish, product, profile, and partnership. Now you'll see it mixed in here. So let's get started. Okay, what we do once a month, we have 10 speakers, 5 minutes, 3 topics. You're going to speak eventually to your 3 avatars. You have 3 audiences. That's it. Some of your points are going to overlap, but you're going to spend 5 minutes so you can get used to communicating from a platform. Because if you're going to be a key person of influence, you got to learn how to speak. You got to learn how to speak in front of a group. It's the second biggest fear to dying. So it's not everybody's born a speaker. It's a skill. It's a developed. It's like anything, learning, reps, learning. So we get together 10 people, 5 minutes, 3 points. Okay. There's 15 total talks during this hour and a half, starting at 10, over by 11:30. We start on time, we end on time. So you're going to see 10 different speakers. Now, who benefits? Everybody, because we stream it. So the audience, local, and the speaker develop skills. You're learning from people, you're getting reps speaking, and you're learning how to be very good at delivering a simple message. It's easy to talk for an hour. It's not easy to talk for 5 minutes because it flies by and you got to know what you're talking about. 3 points. So we do that. That starts, so 10, 15 over an hour and a half. Next one is we connect. So many of us got disconnected with COVID and all the things. And really connecting and building those relationships is so critical to understanding people. We have a divide in America today. You got one side, the other side. You don't want to connect with them. It's like, I'm going to yell at you about my views, and you're going to yell at me, and nothing's in the middle. Let's connect. Let's learn. Let's have a little grace. Let's understand. Let's learn how to get along with each other. So at this event, we connect. Not that we have like that big of a divide, because people that want to be part of our community are key persons of influence. A key person of influence is going to be a connector, is going to be working on themselves, going to be investing in personal development. So 2, connect. 3, we live stream it. Why do we do that? Well, we're going global or through the United States this year. So we're scaling. So our communities are all across the world. So we can stream it to other areas. And that gives us the ability to reach more people. And so that hour and a half, it's streamed. We stream it over StreamYard. So it's an excellent platform. It's what I'm on right now. And also we take that stream and we break it up into 15 talks. So we help our community by putting these 5-minute talks out there so people say, can you speak on this topic? Yeah, go see it. Go to my landing page. You can see me talking at our live event. 5 minutes, 3 points. 5 minutes, 3 points. So live streaming, it provides us a way to reach the world. We want to think local. No, you want to think global and act local. And that's what we're doing. The next one is creating digital assets. Now, it's okay. I'm looking at my notes. Okay, creating digital assets. We're in a digital trend. The digital revolution has started. So the more digital assets you create, and as Daniel Priestley says, 7, 11, 4. 7, 11, 4. What does that mean? You have to consume 7 hours of somebody, make 11 buying signals, and see the person on 4 different platforms. So let's say you have a book, you have a magazine, you have a podcast, you have a video, you have a live event. All these are different platforms. So if I'm now meet you, I'm going to Google you. And if I Google you and I don't see anything, lost opportunity for you, because I got to get to know you. And now it's too easy. We pick up a phone, I can Google you. So when you want, Google yourself, then Google me, Podcast Pete. See the difference. The difference, that gap of digital assets, is your opportunity. A website, a LinkedIn profile is not going to be enough today. It's not enough. You got to put content out there. You got to create, let's just say in the real estate business, you got to create homes, digital assets. The more you create, the more you give your audience, people getting to know you, a chance to consume you, get to know you. Look at the recent election. One decided to do podcasting, one didn't. One won, one lost. It's the best way to see what works. Money doesn't work. I mean, it pays to have money, but she outspent President Trump by, I don't know how much, but a lot. She spent $1.5 billion, I heard, in like 6 months. That's crazy. And she was afraid to go on the Joe Rogan show. Why? Because in 3 hours, you can't hide. You're exposed. Long form podcasting allows the listener to get to know you. And in her mind, she didn't want people to know her because she wasn't confident in who she was. And it's obvious. Just look, whether you're on the Democrat left or the right or in the middle or somewhere in between, watch, observe, see what's happening. You can always see things. Success leaves clues. The election, there's so much money spent, you can learn so much. And people do that strategically think. So, creating digital assets, we provide social engagement. So if we're streaming this, our community gets to engage with the speakers. They get to ask questions or do things that will allow us to connect with our community. If your topic, and there's a wonderful speaker, there's a bunch of them, but Glenda Hicks is pouring into our nonprofits. And she is activating growth within nonprofits through gamifying, through learning. She has, let's just say she has the nonprofit learning tool like Monopoly. You learn, you connect, you get a chance to get with your nonprofit, and you're doing it through gamifying, learning. Did you know, and just so we're talking about learning, we retain 10% of what we hear. You know how you increase it to 90%? An 80% improvement? Teach it. Teach it. Just like I'm doing. I learned this, then I start teaching it. Brendan Bouchard with Growth Day, who is the founder of Growth Day, the centerpiece of my personal development. He teaches every day a framework, a daily fire. And so I try to take what I learn and teach it. That way I learn, I take my retention up from 10% to 90%. And there's other strategies of learning and retaining. It's so important that we develop ourselves, and doing this, teaching this concept helps me to learn more. Okay, next, after the event. So you have 10 speakers, you have people that come to watch. We do lunch, we connect afterwards. So you'll have smaller groups and maybe have a bigger group, whatever it is, but you allow yourself, we finish by 11:30 and then it's almost lunchtime. So there's a reason it's strategically put together, which you have to, strategy is everything. And you have to think strategy. So we get together, we connect more, we build relationships. And what we do in one of the 10 is partnerships. So you're collaborating with people. You have a service you can work with another speaker on, do it over bread. Learn how to work together, form partnerships. That's one of Daniel Priestley's 5 P's. Again, it's pitch, publish, product, profile, and partnerships. That's his 5 P's. Okay, so next is building community profile. I just have, so you're building your profile. You got to build a profile. You got to have a profile of yourself, because people buy from people. They don't buy from companies. Think of all the leading people out there, whether it's Oprah, Elon, Tim Cook, and I could go down the list. It's people. Oprah probably has 20 companies. No, he probably has 100 companies, different ones. Do you know all those companies? Of course not. But you know Oprah. Elon, he's got 3 big ones and plus X, and probably has others in the works. Do you know all those besides Tesla? No. Maybe some people, but you know him. It's always people. So you have to put yourself in a key person of influence. Why do you do that? Because people buy from people, and you have to create the digital asset. If I'm going to get to know you, I gotta consume your content. I gotta see, are you the right fit for me? And there's a whole strategy behind that, but this is just on live events, why we do live events for our KPI community. We are developing key people of influence. So we support each other. Okay, building. Next, you got to work on your pitch. You ever, there's a person, and I introduced the person to the person. I'm not going to tell you male or female. But anyway, for 5 minutes, it was like the person threw up on the person. Nobody likes a bunch of stuff thrown at them. You got to be able to say your pitch in 10 seconds. If you have 10 seconds and you can't say your pitch, you haven't worked on it. So you got to constantly work on your pitch. The event helps you to do that, because when somebody says, well, what do you do? And you stumble around and give them 5 minutes of jibber jab like Kamala did. You give them a word salad, ain't gonna buy. Nobody, they'll be running from you. You got to be tight, and you got to, what we do, what I teach, and Daniel Priestley teaches something a little bit different, but but it's still about making sure. State your problem. Do you know how people are busy? Oops. On the busy bus, distracted, don't have their priorities, goals. What we do is we help them transition to the purpose bus, and we use the 10 KPI ecosystem to use the fuel to go from a plane to an F-15, a fast plane. But most of us are stuck. We're stuck being busy because we kind of get that dopamine of busyness and we get addicted to it. We get addicted to checking our email, checking our social media. You know, the average person watches 4 hours of TV. Okay. 2 hours of scrolling social media. So you're consuming 6 hours. If you're up for 18 hours, that's a third of your day goes to consuming content. Flip the script. Create your content. Create your future. Strategize. Thinking. Get on the purpose bus. Have the purpose. Have the goals. Have the habits. Manage your day strategically as opposed to just reacting to noise, distractions. Do you know the social media companies? They hire the brightest people to help get your attention. Do you think if you don't have a plan, you have a chance? I will tell you, you don't. They're good at what they do. They want to keep you scrolling. And then TV shows want to keep you consuming because eyeballs provide advertisement dollars. So you have to have your plan. You have to strategically think of your plan. That's what we do for our community is start thinking strategy. We take them on a 12-week journey, a 12-week transformation from the bus to the plane, from distraction to purpose. And it's a whole lot better on that plane. It's quiet, flies above the noise, goes to the one destination where if you took a bus from here in Atlanta to, say, California, one, it'll take you about 4 weeks. You'll stop at about 100 different bus stops. Or you could buy a ticket to one place, fly, land. Above the noise, get there in 4 hours versus 4 weeks. That's a whole lot better. Both get there. One gets you in 4 hours, one gets you in 4 weeks. Do you want your career, your business to move at that kind of speed? And that's what's possible because AI is changing everything. The digital revolution's changing everything. It's never been easier to start a business. Now, whether you succeed or not, that's a whole different story. It's going to test everything you have. But you want that. You want that. And if you pour into Growth Day, which I'm going to put it up here, if you pour into Growth Day, the absolute best personal development platform in the world, 500,000 people as of this video are using it, 90 countries. And it's the most amazing community you'll ever see. It's like the Netflix of personal development. If you commit to intentionally grow, the sky's the limit. Because Brendan talks to you in a daily fire every single day. Then it goes away at midnight. So he gives you a framing of 20 years of his information, of learning, growing, working with people, coaching at the highest level, working with the top people in the industry. Let me take this down. I didn't even tell you what it was for those on audio. So if you go to pkane.me/growth day, then if you send us, if it's an affiliate, and his goal is to make personal development a career, like real estate, like any career you have. You can establish a career of helping people grow. You send us a support ticket at pkane.me, support@pkane.me, and I'll send you my free course, Mindset, Goals, and Habits. So, free for 7 days, and it's a $50 investment in you. Think of it, you're not spending $50, you're investing it in you. And I tell you what, let me do a real quick, yes, I am. I'm going to give you a quick little demo. not a demo, but I'm going to show it to you. Okay. All right. So you want to see? All right. Let me go through this and you'll understand why I am so excited. So here's the Daily Fire, 5 modes of mental practice. He did the 5 modes today. So you have the Daily Fire, and it's called Growth Streaks. So look at the engagement here. People talk, and then you have a question. What would make your wellness routine even more effective, and what can you do to feel what can you do to feel way better? Oh, I don't know. Feel better. Okay. Feel way better. Oh, yeah, I got you. It's a little dyslexic there. So you answer that. Then you have a checklist. There's your checklist. And then you have a feature video. Wellness is more than what you eat each day. So he gives you, there is 9 minutes of really what wellness is to him and why he does 4-day events, 8 hours, 9 hours. If you don't have optimum energy and wellness, you ain't going to do that because you can't, because you'll wear out. But he has mastered that. So he's teaching you this. So also learning. So here's all the different programs. Look at this. Look at this. This is the personal development of Netflix. Look at this. All these courses, influence. You want to be better at influence. Let me turn that in. I'm a high performance coach, so that's in there. There's high performance GPS. That's he taught that the other day. And then here's all the different courses that you can develop mastery. Now, some of this is upgraded. I pay the $500 a year to get everything in here, but that's a choice that you make. Then you have journal. You have morning, you have evening, you have growth prompts, you have weekly reviews, and you have monthly reviews. Look at this. One thing I can get excited about today. One word could describe the kind of person I want to be today. Then that word is, and I chose it because. So these are scientifically designed questions to get the most out of you and for you to develop community. There we go. We have a feed, you have a chat, and you have meetups. And you have life scores, so you can score yourself, take assessments. If you don't, what you measure, you'll improve. So if you don't measure something, you can't improve. So daily life scores that you can do. Checklist. There's a checklist. You can carry them over. Notes. Look at this. Daily Fire notes. Feature video notes. Courses notes. Events. And meetups. The best platform you'll ever see in your life. I've been on it 10 months. I would say for me, I've gotten so much. I wouldn't, if they tripled the price, I wouldn't quit because it's such value. Okay, let me go out here. Let me take this off, stop screen. Okay, let me go back here. Okay, so then we rinse, repeat, and scale. So those are our 10 things. We'll try to put them in the show notes for you. So you want to come this weekend? Go to, let me see. It's live, but let me see. Hold on here. There it is. Okay. Go to petekane.me/live and you can register. It's Eventbrite. Put register so we know you're coming. And it's come on and see us. Come and see the 10 speakers. Learn, connect, grow, build relationships. And you can do it in an hour and a half. So you're not going to find that kind of value anywhere. So what I want to give you, each one of you, I want to give you a masterclass. This is our KPI ecosystem. If you go to petekane.me/masterclass, you're going to get 10 steps, the ecosystem. Every single one of those is scalable. So that's my free gift to you. And we're starting a community and it's coming. And we're going to help in 12 weeks. I'm going to be with you 1 hour a week, minimum. Okay. I'm going to teach you on high performance coaching, the mindset, the 12 sessions. We're also going to spend half of that time on how you can activate your authoritative book and the magazine for the community. So you want to see the magazine? Go to pkane.me/magazine, and you can see that. You can see a copy of Kennesaw Happenings. You can see the chapters in it where are stories of people that are in that magazine. We put 20 people in each magazine, 20. Then we get together. Each one of those 20 gets together once a week for an hour, and we strategize. We help you to implement the ecosystem. You bond with the 20 people. You build a community. You have accountability in there, and you're together for 1 hour minimum. Now we have another hour. This is just for people that want it, because it's always 80-20. There's 20% that just want to get it, and they want to get it as fast as they can, and they have the drive, and they love what they do. We're going to set aside 2 other sessions, 2-hour winners, to help you. And then the book, the authoritative book, my partner, Jeff Bourgeois, who has an AI agency and gives a free course away at pkane.me/AI. He has the 12 Ps. And let me see. I got it here, I think. Yes, I did. Here it is. Yep, right here. Here's his workbook. It's on Amazon. So you're going to learn the 12 Ps are plan, problem, promise, purpose, prioritize, ponder, possibilities, proclaim, package, publish, and promote. In 12 weeks, we're going to take you through a transformation. You'll go from the busy bus to the purpose plane. You'll have an authoritative book that you have. Now, you got to do it. We're going to give you the strategy. We're going to give you the tools. We're going to give you everything. But you can do it because you're going to prioritize differently. You're going to see strategically, this is the best move you could ever make. And your investment is unbelievably, okay, $750 for the 12 weeks. $750. That works out to $250 a month. And during that time, you get Growth Day. You have to buy Growth Day. That's separate. So basically $900, you're investing in you. If you want to make that transformation, you want to activate a book, you've always dreamed of having a book on your expertise. We're going to teach you how to do that. The 12 Ps, the workbook, that is going to be activated. You're also going to get in a magazine, Kennesaw Happenings. Yeah, that's me on there. There we go. And that's, you can go see the magazines. Actually, 32 people are in there. They don't even know it. But we had to give you something to touch and feel. So you can go to Amazon, you can order one, and you can see. So are you willing to invest $750 or $900 total in transformation? Activate your book, be in a magazine, work in a community with 20 other people. And part of our ecosystem, number 6, is live events that we're talking about. That's one of the scalable steps. And we teach you. And that's when you find out in our masterclass. Let me give you that to you one more time, because I want to give you something that's going to make your year the best ever. KPI ecosystem, you can get it at pkane.me/masterclass. This will help you scale and grow your business, because you got to think differently when you're scaling a business. If you just want to grow it by 5%, you don't need this, because this is not for people that just want to do the normal stuff, want to stay on the busy bus, want to check emails, want to watch TV, want to scroll social media for 2 hours a day. This isn't for you. But for those that want to create, that want to take advantage of the entrepreneur revolution, creating digital assets, knowing and understand cryptocurrency, taking the AI, embracing AI so you can use it to further your business and take advantage of the mobile. We all have many computers, supercomputers in our hand every day. Are we using them properly? That's strategy. If you're just on there to do 5% of what the iPhone has, that's not strategically leveraging your assets. So, okay, podcast, publishing, and building communities. That's what we're all about. Love to see you. And if you want to get on my podcast, go to pkane.me and fill out a short assessment so I can know better about you. Then we'll have some fun on a podcast. So be bold, make an impact.